Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boyz who take the lead.
Ball chat.
Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to BCN Sports. What is halftime? A halftime or after time? I don't know what show this is. Ball
This
chat
is the
weekly
season finale.
recap show. I don't know what it is. Junior, what you call it? What are you calling the show, Junior?
It's a season finale. This is our last football recap show for the season.
Okay, all right. Welcome to BCN Sports season finale football recap show. That's a mouthful. I am Benton, East Junior. Walk on, family. How you stay? Happy Friday, May 22nd, 2026. How you doing, family? At 5 p.m.
Well, yeah, 5 p.m. Some would say a day of reckoning has been upon us for the last almost, it feels like a month. It's a day of reckoning. Days of reckoning.
You know, I can't remember last time, if ever, we have done a show on Friday at 5 p.m. Maybe long time ago.
Years ago.
Years ago.
Years.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. All right, let's get to it, family. And so we probably won't get our usual listeners. BM probably they are walk stuck in traffic. Big up to those on the live. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Friday wherever you're joining us, or Saturday morning wherever you are. All right, smash the like button, people. Let's get to it. And apologies again for not on Wednesday. We did drop a video short outlining the reasons why we weren't on. And Junior, you know what? It's storming here. There's a thunderstorm. So if the power goes out, then hey.
Well, guess what? Same here.
Yeah, I mean,
The amount of lightning want to strike outside right now. It's like,
yes.
It's like ever since Arsenal win,
it's Armageddon. It's the end of days. You have war in the Middle East. Arsenal as title winner. Arsenal won the Premier League. Thunderstorm, computer crash. I mean, come on.
You know what else too? It just dawned on me too. If anybody that's from Florida or North Central Florida, if you ever lived or visited North Central Florida around this time of year, there's a bug that's called a love bug. Are you familiar with a love bug, Benton?
No, I'm not familiar.
Well, the love bug is I know it was created at University of Florida. It was some scientific experiment. They did some genetic stuff with some genetically modified bug. I don't remember
You said
what the
love
reason.
bugs?
They're called love bugs. Look it up. If you think I'm joking, look it up. If you look, love bugs, Florida. It's something. I don't remember what the reason was.
All right, yep, I'm looking at them swarms. Twice yearly Florida nuisance. These harmless, slow-moving black flies with red. Yeah.
I think I want to say they were created at the University of Florida.
Okay.
Well,
they were
I'm seeing
genetically modified University of Florida. Is that way? Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'm seeing that is it might be debunked. I don't know. But long story short, this time of year, around Memorial Weekend, if you're driving through North Central Florida, you're going to see like a swarm of bugs. You can't escape them. They're in the air like oxygen. And they're only there for like 2-3 weeks. My father, the day after Arsenal, when my father linked me, I said, yo, is that a love bug swarm? It's 20 million times worse. We say, yes, man. End of times. Pestilence. And what we're going to have this year? Super El Nino. Benton, it's end of times, man.
You're going out of your way to really throw dirt on the Arsenal victory here, Junior.
Speaking the truth. Speaking the facts.
All right, let's get to it. Football family recap. BCN Sports Ball Chat Weekly season finale. Friday edition. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful Friday. Let's get to it. Arsenal. We can't delay it any longer, Junior. Champions.
Yes.
Champion of the English
Yes.
Premier League. 14th top flight title. It's been a while, 22 years to be exact, since their last EPL title.
Yep.
You know what? Congrats to the Gunners, Junior. Congrats to the Gunners. Congrats to Arsenal Football Club and all the fans, countrymen, all the fans around. Reggie, congrats to them, Junior. Best team all year in the English Premier League.
Yes. Yes. I had to think about it when you said best team all year. I would say the most it's persevering.
Most
Um,
consistent.
I wouldn't say consistent. I
I
wouldn't
think
say
Daniel
consistent.
used that.
I wouldn't say consistent, but for this year, if there was a term, they were the most battle tested team this year. Actually, that's actually the best term. The winner of this year's Premier League team was the most battle tested team that stood up to the test of time for the year. Man City was in a rebuild year. Not taking anything out from Arsenal, but the truth is the truth. Man City was in a rebuild year. Liverpool was in a rebuild year. Chelsea and Man U trying to figure out what them coaches going to be. We see Tottenham fall off the cliff, and there wasn't no Leicester
Tottenham
type
was
team.
already falling off the cliff.
Well, yeah, they were hanging on to a thread right on the cliff. So there wasn't any of that team that can rise up, and Arsenal was just built to win this year because Arsenal fans, this is not a knock against them. I'm just speaking. I won't say facts, but it is what it is. I think the last year's title was what 93 or something like that points. This year is going to be way less. So Arsenal just stood the test of time, and that's a testament to them. And this is a title. I think this title is years coming. It's a culmination to I will even go as far back as to the Pepe years. I think this title culminates all of those years, all of those trials, all those tribulations. I look back to when they hired Arteta, and Arteta came in and stripped the team down to bare bones. If you remember that first year, he got rid of half of the squad, half of his stars were put out in the cold, and they had to figure it out. The rest of the team had to figure it out, and they were strategic in the way that they built the team back together. So I think this year is a culmination to all of that effort, and we should not overlook the work of those players and administrators before this year.
Yeah, so last year the winner of the EPL secured 84 points, Junior. Not 90, something. So I want to get that. But I don't want you muddy up Arsenal's title.
No, and that's not the intention. That's not the intention.
I don't want you muddy up Arsenal side. But I will agree that I do share the same point that this success, this title is years in the making. Years in the making. Edu, there was quite a very good article on ESPN, I think earlier this week, where Edu kind of spoke about, in the article, really discussed the plan, the 5 years plan that he implemented along with others at Arsenal that culminated with this title. And like you said, I mean, it started with purging the squad, offloading heavy salaries to be exact. You have Obanian, Mikatari, and Mesut Ozil, all these high-priced ballers. And so they purged, then they do a recruitment rethink. They went younger. And once they went younger, they also then started adding a couple players that have won trophies. Yeah, Gabriel Jesus did win a few trophies. Yeah, I think he won a couple at Man
Of course,
City.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they added in who else? They added in Zichenko at the time with another person. But the key for them, at least the big part in this recruitment fears or this plan, according to Edu, was the recruitment of Rice. Phase 4 was recruit Declan Rice. They wanted a player, according to him, bring Declan Rice in. They wanted a player who embodies England identity, and the fact that he also won a trophy with West Ham prior to his arrival at Arsenal meant that Edu and Arsenal Football Club felt that it was imperative to bring him on board because he is somebody who's seen as, maybe one of the nice guys in this game. And he's, Junior, I will leave these comments to Junior. He has the right color shade for market.
I mean, I couldn't say it any better than you.
He says, Edu in the article says, I remember exactly the way I'm going to explain it. Basically, we need the top English player who has good reputation everywhere. That's what he said, in the press, in the clubs, in every aspect, to give some more credibility to the English football, because we're in England and we need to have the best English players in our squad, like Saka. So he felt like it was important, imperative to get Declan Rice. And Declan Rice, they suffered last year. They went out and got Victor Gyökeres this year. So I couldn't be happier for them because, jokes aside, people make fun of Arsenal fans and, come on, looking at you, come on, and say Arsenal fans are overbearing. But, I mean, in all totality, they have really earned this, Junior. They have went out and earned it.
Yeah.
And who can bad mind somebody who earned it within the rules of engagement?
100%. 100%. I agree.
So Mikel Arteta said he didn't watch the game though, Junior. He didn't watch the Bournemouth game. He was having a barbecue in his garden at the time while the game was going on. He was at the clubhouse with the fans, with the players actually, and he said he didn't have the energy 20 minutes in, and so he left. He said he went home, fired up the grill, started grilling some things in the courtyard, and then during the game, I guess later on, his son ran out to him crying, and he saw the joy with his family. He was like, "Dad, you've won the Premier League." Junior, you are a coach. How would you not watch that game knowing that you could have won the Premier League with your players at the time? But I guess it's a testament to the energy this has taken out of Mikel Arteta.
Benton, I want to celebrate Arsenal.
And let's celebrate us.
Today is not the day for me to call BS when I hear BS. All right?
Well, I think by making that comment, you are calling Arsenal.
Yes, I'm calling BS on Arteta. First of all, Benton, is it fair to say that Arteta is a multi-millionaire?
Yeah, it's fair.
Which multi-millionaire is going to fire up his own grill and cook food? He has a cook. Come on, man. Come on.
Man might like to grill his own meat, Junior.
Pause. Hey, yo. Wow.
He liked to grill. I mean, that's what he said. He said he was in the garden, firing up the grill, barbecuing, or whatever.
Okay, Arteta. Okay, you're trying to show that you want to act like you've been there before, and it's okay. It's okay to have some emotion, brother. Come on, man. But look, I won't criticize him for that. I don't believe him, but I won't criticize him for that. You win the title, nobody can take it away from you. Now go and try to win the double next weekend, and then after winning the double, you restart the clock and go all over again, and that's the moment. But this is for the fans. The fans are going to remember this moment for a lifetime, right? And who knows? Pretty much, cause right now my team is now the new Banter Club. I am now representing the new Arsenal. Starting next year is going to be 14 years since Manchester United won a title. 14 years, 14 years. So now I'm going to know how to feel. But yo, hats off to
You
them,
know what?
man.
Let's make that 30. In fact, you know what? Let make it 50 years. Let's make it 50 years.
And it
You know
just
what?
might. It just might.
Let's keep
Just might.
going. Hey, you know what? A Nottingham Forest type of vibes for Manchester United will be appropriate.
All right, all right. You're working for some bad words, but it's okay. All
Well,
right.
Nottingham Forest was the top flight team in the 80s, right? Early 80s.
Yeah, they were once a big side. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So why not? Why the same thing cannot happen at Old Trafford?
All right, you're working for a cuss off, mental. You're working for a cuss you off for the season finale. Leave Manchester United out of this, sir. Hats off to Arsenal.
But congrats. Big moment for you though in this trophy run. What do you have any key moments or key moments that you want to highlight, Jonah?
We'll have to ask the Arsenal fan that.
Okay.
No, the reason why is because last year, last year when they had those game-winning end of game long shots, time last second shot, and we were
Yeah,
going
yeah.
through the season, and we're like, yo, this could be the moment for Arsenal, yada 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 yada, and they fell short. This year, what we're going to point to, and this is not a knock against them. I'm just being honest. What we're going to point to, corner kicks,
Set piece FC.
VAR calls.
Call them what you want, Junior.
No, goal is a goal. I agree. If that's where you're going with it, cool. However, you ask for the moment. And you know what? The moment, the moment to me is a season long moment.
Yeah.
Is that there's no single point where you can point to and say this is where it turned for Arsenal. It's all the whole season. They fight the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
We can go back to as recent as Man City beating them at the Etihad. Everybody saying, "Yo, that's it. Man City win the title." There's no coming back for Arsenal. And how many times did Arsenal get knocked down this year and they came back up off the mat in terms of in for the title race? How many times were these players had to get up every day after a negative result and have a comeback and hear, oh, this is a moment when you battle the season. That is a whole season for them, you know. It's a whole season. When they were high and leading and running away with the league, instead of people celebrating it, people were like, the elephant is on the bark. The elephant is on the bark. So we all sat here waiting for them to fall off. And they did not fall off. That's why
Not
there
we,
isn't a
Junior. You're on
moment for
your
them.
own.
Huh?
Not we.
Well, you can say that, that's fine. But I was waiting for them to fall off the bark. And they did not. So it's a season long. And they are a true testament of perseverance. They are a true testament of staying together. They are a true testament of figuring it out, and it worked out for them. Now there's another side to the story, but today is all about Arsenal. Another side to the story, we'll bring that up in the season preview show next year.
We'll forget that. Resolute, resilient, set piece FC. Call them whatever you want. Call them. Call them champions of the English Premier League. I will say this. Winning trophies is not easy, and sometimes I take it for granted, and maybe other football fans do. But what Arsenal demonstrated throughout the season, I think the key moment for me, I keep remembering that moment where Gabriel collided with Raya in that game against Wolves and it ended 2-2. And I thought, how? Gabriel needs to walk home. Gabriel and David Raya should walk home if they lose. In fact, not should walk home. Definitely walk home.
On their fingertips.
Yes. And I thought, but they stayed together. No sort of breaking from the ranks. And they saw the trophy over the line. And I think that testament to the personality of the team, you know, Mikel Arteta agitating on the sideline, constant dialogue with his coaching staff. It's a collective effort, but call them whatever you want, call them. I have to give them credit. Champion of the English Premier League. Champions of the English Premier League. Football Club Arsenal. 14 top flight title. Last Premier League title. Way back 22 years ago. Big up Gunners. Big up. Congrats. Absolutely congrats. They absolutely deserve it. And they've earned it on the field of play. So, you know. So, Arsenal fans, say what you want. Do what. Poke fun at all the enemies. I mean, people make songs about Arsenal. You remember the song we played last year?
Mm-hmm. Big up Banner General.
Big up
Banner General.
Big
Why
up.
am I gonna make one for Man U now?
Yeah, alright. Manager made a song for Arsenal, rightfully placed, using Mikel Arteta's own words against him. You have people calling him Set Piece FC. And of course, you spoke about the moments that, you know, when they won games at the death, you thought this is the season. And no, and you know, and a few years ago, and then they just fell off at the end. So, Arsenal Football Club, big up on yourself. Congrats. Big up. And hopefully they can go from strength to strength and keep it moving, you know. Yep. Junior, continuing this is our season finale, and of course, you don't know, mad news at the end. Another big story coming out of this week, or this season's EPL. Pep Guardiola Jr. is called it quits this Sunday. Well, call it quits. This is it. His final match in the dugout with Man City this Sunday against Aston Villa. Pep is going home, Junior.
Yeah, and he said he's going to take a break. Easily for younger people, easily the best coach that they have ever seen live. Easily. And if he doesn't coach another game, if he doesn't coach another club game, which I can see not happening. I can see that he's done on the sidelines for club games. He's going to go down as for me, a coach that changed football. He changed the way football is played. He single-handedly is the poster child for what modern football is. He is the definition of what kids try to achieve today on the football field. Is Pep Guardiola. And because we've lived it, I don't think reality has set in as much as it should have. And because of the charges that are hanging over Man City's head, and the fact that Man City is not a storied club, it kind of feel to me, and maybe because we in America, we're not in England or we're not in Europe, it kind of feel to me like Pep leaving is not as celebrated as it should be. Something just don't feel right about the aura around Pep Guardiola leaving. And I think this figure leaving coaching right now is arguably, and this might be sacrilegious to say, but him leaving coaching right now is probably even bigger than when Alex Ferguson announced his retirement. It probably is bigger. And I don't see the fanfare reaction from it, which is kind of sad to me. I think people should get over their club allegiance, their political allegiance, and just celebrate the man for what he was in his tenure. I'm looking at you, Yaya Toure.
Um. Uh. Yeah. Let me reply to this message. Sorry, family.
Yeah,
Just get.
while you're replying, I'm gonna bet have some personal stuff going on, but while you're replying, it's something to think about. And for all those that are watching and all those watching the replay, put in the comment section. And this might be something I'm going to cut out and put on a shadow. Is Pep Guardiola, his retirement not being does it feel like it's not being celebrated like it should, or too early?
All right. Pep Guardiola. Sorry about that. Pep Guardiola. 17 major trophies. With Man City, including 6 Premier League titles, a Champions League trophy since he arrived a decade ago, approximately, decade to be exact, in the seat over at the Etihad. He said, quote, 10 years is a lot of time. I think the club needs a new manager, a new energy, these incredible players we have right now, and start to write another chapter. I feel I would not have the energy in the future required daily, every 3 days, to fight for the title, be in front of the players. After 10 years, it's good to shake, to move different faces. It's good for everyone. And I think we saw it coming. We saw it coming that
Yes.
I mean, when you watch this thing for a while, you can tell when, it's hard to kind of get Ryan Cherokee back for go 100% every game. It's hard for you get Matheus Nunes. Yeah, brother, stop making man overlap get round you every minute. It's hard for you get Doku every week. Cross the BBC ball. I mean, after a while, it gets a bit tiring because you would expect that, these are professionals. There are certain things that will be automatic. They will come and execute it. And to that end, Pep Guardiola, in his opinion, he said the team needs a new voice, needs a new face. And, when you're at a club for 10 years, maybe it's the right time. And I don't want to get into the whole thing about grit and this, that, and the other. He has done an excellent job, and it's to look at where he was when he joined the English Premier League, when he joined Man City, to where he is leaving Man City, he's leaving the club in a better place. Now, granted, the 115 charges that people speak about mean that Man City might be in a worse place. But all of that didn't happen because of Pep Guardiola. It happened allegedly on the other managers' watch too, right? So from a winning standpoint, he's the best in terms of success for Man City under this ownership group. And you can't ask for anything better. When you hire a manager, you cannot ask for anything more. Maybe you wanted to win another Champions League trophy. Maybe you wanted another Premier League title with the investments they made. But I remember when Pep Guardiola joined Man City, and he had I think it was Nolito. Is Nolito playing left wing, and Man City was just getting ran off the field. Defensively, they couldn't stop nobody in his first season, and this is when he said Joe Hart is not part of his plan. Joe Hart is not his preferred choice at goalkeeper. He went to Barcelona, signed Claudio Bravo. Claudio Bravo made a bundle of mistakes. He was good with the ball at his feet, but he made quite a few mistakes in goal. And so I always expected him to, of course, the cream always rises to the top, as you said, but to see where he started at Man City, the rough patches, to then to end the career the way he did. Excellent time. And it's not a bad thing to have a club that's willing to provide you the resources that you need to succeed. And that's always a good thing. But I think sometimes as fans, we underrepresent the impact, or We underestimate the impact of the managers. We think that when we sign big players, you automatically go and win trophies, and it's not. You can sign the best players, the best talented players around. It doesn't automatically win in trophies, and I think we have seen it over and over in multiple clubs. People sign the best available talent, the big ballers, and it turns out to be nothing. Real Madrid looking at you right now. So kudos to Pep Guardiola. I think the biggest respect I have for Pep is that not just as a football manager, is a man who seems to care about other global issues. He's one who's not shying away from speaking about issues that he's pissed off about, conflicts in the Middle East, the world, all these things. I find it refreshing as a manager using his platform where other managers don't touch those subjects. He uses platform to say, yo, cut out the pluckery. Stop killing off the people, them. So cut out the foolishness. So that is what I have a high level of respect for Pep Guardiola. Similar sort of regard, high level of respect for Jurgen Klopp. These managers who's not shying away from, using their big space to say, yo, cut out the pluckery. What you're doing over there is foolishness. So credit to him. I don't think it. I think if he announced maybe earlier on the season, like we knew Klopp was leaving in November thereabouts, or maybe in January, with the season he left, and so there was always this kind of every weekend was like Klopp farewell sort of tour. Whereas I think from a Pep, based on what I've listened and read about him, this is appropriately the way he would like it. Just leave it unannounced at the end and just take for himself at the end.
Yeah.
They said they will name a stand after him, the Pep Guardiola stand. They will also build a monument for him in front of the stand, Junior.
Yeah. But I don't think it's enough, though.
What would be enough for you?
And it's not from Man City. Barcelona. I've not seen anything official from Barcelona.
Yeah, but Barcelona is a big club.
I know Barcelona is a big club, but Pep is a bigger manager.
Look at you.
He is a bigger manager. He is a bigger manager.
He was Barcelona made him.
Barcelona made him, and I agree with that. That's cool. But Pep's shadow has outgrown the Barcelona shadow.
Man, you must be crazy.
All right.
It's too early on a Friday to be drinking.
That is a discussion to be had. We're talking about.
No, we're not chat. We're not talk about foolishness.
So if somebody comes to you and says Pep Guardiola is the greatest club coach of all time, are you going to tell him that they're crazy for thinking that?
He's not the greatest. Yeah. Based on what metric? What requirements? Have we looked at all these coaches of all time? This brother has won one. How many times have we seen Pep Guardiola's teams park a bus and exploit the hell out of him, and Pep Guardiola haven't been able to neutralize such impact? Jose Mourinho did it to him with Samuel Eto'o, with Inter Milan. Idiot Michael Carrick just did it to him the other day with Manchester United. Pep Guardiola is a fantastic manager, but his greatest of all time, or greatest bigger than not even greatest of all. This bigger than Barcelona thing where you just mentioned. Come on. I expect you to retract that statement, boss.
I will never retract that statement, and I will come with receipts. When Pep left Barcelona, it was Barcelona made him. He is a system guy. He can't do it without Messi. He went to Bayern Munich, had some measurable level of success, but there was proof there at the time for all the Pep Guardiola haters, me, to say this is proof that he's not as great of a coach as people think he is. When he went to Manchester City, and what he has turned Manchester City into over the years, there is no question about the man's pedigree as a coach. We can't sit, not we, but you have people come around and say, Jurgen Klopp is one of these Jurgen Klopp is nowhere near Pep Guardiola. So if people go and talk about Jurgen Klopp like he's this great, grandiose thing, Pep Guardiola dwarfs Jurgen Klopp's coaching tenure and ability. The man has done it in 3 leagues. That's the reason why I even said earlier, there might not be a reason for Pep to coach another club team because he has been successful at all the big leagues. No, if the Serie A makes a U-turn and come back and build back up its portfolio and credentials, that might attract a Pep Guardiola. And if Pep goes to Serie A and conquer Serie A again, I'm sorry, Benton, the shadow will get even bigger. Because I'm telling you,
No, it's
for me as a
shadow.
Manchester United fan, I am a die-hard Manchester United fan. That means Sir Alex Ferguson damn near walks on water for me. And I'm telling you right now, Pep Guardiola for me is in that conversation for greatest club coach ever because of what he has done over his career. And I am a Fergie fan.
Yeah, but I mean, I am not disputing that he's in the conversation. But what I'm not willing to do is saying that Pep Guardiola is bigger than Barcelona.
He
What
has
I'm not
transcended
willing to do
Barcelona.
is saying that Pep Guardiola is miles ahead of Jurgen Klopp. What I'm willing to say is that Pep Guardiola has achieved something significant at Man City. And he's an excellent coach. He's been copied. He's great at his job. He get the best out of players. Simply put, he improved players. But Jurgen Klopp was excellent in the Bundesliga. Took Bayern Munich, dethroned Bayern Munich when he was at Borussia Dortmund. Took Borussia Dortmund to Champions League final. And this is lacking the amount of resources that Pep Guardiola has been garnered. So we can't ignore that Pep, wherever Pep has coached, and this is no fault of his own, wherever Pep has coached, he has constantly have access to a boatload of money. And I want make it be abundantly clear that money doesn't guarantee you your trophies. But you need money to win trophies. You need money to win trophies. Don't guarantee you, but you need it.
But trophies, so trophies for me is not the reason why Pep is so highly regarded.
Okay, all right.
Because I agree with you. No, there will be somebody in this world that is going to tell you that their best coach ever is probably some under U6 coach that never saw an airport before in them life. And we're going to say you're crazy, but we don't know why that person is held in that high regard. And I will just have to respect it. For me, the reason why I put Pep Guardiola so high, he changed football. Pep Guardiola, I would say this. Pep Guardiola single-handedly killed the number 9 position in the world of football. Single-handedly. Pep Guardiola's system has devalued the number 9 position. Pep Guardiola's system has given rise to wingers that is just inverted wing play and removed. Let me put it this way. Let me even rephrase it even this way. Pep Guardiola, outside of Leo Messi, has taken wing play from creativity to pragmatism and changed football. We are going to sit down and watch a World Cup and see teams bombing down the wings, putting the ball back, constantly just doing that. Just constantly doing that, constantly doing it. And we're going to say, I'm going to say, where are the Danielsons? Where is the Ronaldinhos? Where is the Frank Ribery's? Where is the Marco van Bastens of the world? Pep Guardiola killed that. Pep Guardiola brought blackboard to football. He brought setting up pieces on a board and meticulously planning out 50 passes to a goal and said, we're going to take this off the board and put it on the field. Pep Guardiola did that. Pep is the reason why, and that's why he's so transcendent to me that's why I have to give him that credit. I think Klopp was close, but he left before his heavy metal football could become global. When we talk about football changes and the way how I study football, my football started 4-4-2. My football started. My football started 4-4-2, but the four in the back. You have two wing backs, a stopper, and a sweeper. You have a central link, right link, left link, defensive link. That's your four midfielders, and you have your two strikers. And then all of a sudden in 1994, the sweeper went away. That 1994 World Cup, our 1990 to 94 transition World Cup, the sweeper position went away. I became a flat back four with two central defenders that can alternate the roles. And then come 1998, 1990, 94, 4-4-2. 98 is when you had the 4-1-2-1 or the Christmas shape. The 4-1-3-2-1. That's the Christmas tree football. And that was when the famous French, the 1998 World Cup, the famous comment from, who was the coach? Dominic? Whoever the coach was. Yo, how you have Trezeguet and Henry, two great strikers, and they are too similar of strikers. Can't play them together on the same field. Football changed after that statement, you know. After that statement, there were no more Bebito or Romario. There was no more Rahul and Mihatovic. It was just one singular striker. And then in comes Pep Guardiola. Because Pep Guardiola forward, I had a Ronaldo problem. He had an R9 problem. I'm saying, yo, boy, I forgot to change up this now. And my football, we have an Iniesta, we have Deco, we have a young Messi, we have Ronaldinho. Why do I kick the ball up fast to Eto? Wait for the ball, man. We're going to knock the ball. We're going to hold the ball. We're going to keep the ball. He man changed football, Benton. And because of that, we're seeing now goalkeeper standing up, putting the ball on the 6-yard line. 20 man. We're now watching football games. 20 players are over half line. And the goalkeeper, you have some man fast like 10 of those guys on the wings. And we don't see goalkeepers now kicking the ball down in the open space, wingers to pass it. We see 20 outfield players, all within probably 50, 30, 35 yards of the goal. And the goalkeeper is still insisting on passing the ball to the wingman, to the wing back, and they're insisting on passing the ball meticulously up through the press. That's Pep Guardiola, and that's why I have to give him credit.
Yeah, all right. It took a long time there. Yep.
But that was great commentary.
You got your credit out. You got Pep
that was great commentary.
Yeah, yeah, man. He's a great coach. He's a great coach. I have nothing else to add to that. We're not debate you about Pep Guardiola's excellence. He's great. He's great at what he does. What he did, well, it's wrapping up now. So congrats to Pep Guardiola. And Man City. Excellent job. In the chair.
1 sec. Yeah, but we are here.
Junior stepped away for a minute there.
No, you're good. Bye, emergency. Good.
Okay, Junior. All right, but speaking of Pep Guardiola, his replacement is rumored to be Enzo Maresca, Junior. No official announcement from Man City regarding Enzo Maresca. Of course, we've been talking about Pep replacement and Pep leaving a while ago. So it's not breaking news to us here at BCN Sports. We've been talking about Pep leaving a while. In fact, from us about January, we've been talking about it. Enzo Maresca is the man who apparently is earmarked to take over at the Etihad. According to multiple reports, there's a little bit of a problem here, though, Junior. According to the Telegraph, Chelsea is preparing legal action if Enzo Maresca becomes the manager at City. And the legal basis, according to the Telegraph, or a legal complaint, whatever they want to call it, is because of the way Enzo Maresca left Chelsea. We all heard, we all remember those famous press conferences when he said, to paraphrase, he said, "This has been the worst 48 hours of my time here at this club." And constant questioning about whether he's leaving, whether he's going, whether he's leaving, whether he's staying. Constant questions around his objectives or his commitment to the club. Junior, first, you think Enzo Maresca going to get the job at Man City? Do you think?
Yes, and it will be a poison chalice.
Okay.
You cannot follow up a legend. It's hard to follow up a legend.
And the reason being is reported that Pep and Man City brass, they all think very highly of Enzo Maresca. Of course, he coached under Pep for a few seasons before leaving to go to Leicester City.
Yep. And Chelsea better have proof of this, or else their lawsuit is going to look like a bitter ex-girl relationship. But we joked about it at the time when Enzo Maresca announced that.
Yeah, we said he was trying to get, it looked like he was trying to get fired.
For that man, and we joked about that Man City job at the time.
Yeah.
And said he knows Pep Guardiola is leaving at the end of the season. Some communication was had, and to make it easy and smooth for them, he took himself out of the Chelsea. We joked about it. We joked about it the whole time.
But why wouldn't it though? Why wouldn't it? We big and serious. We can have conversations and understand. We can discuss the way the world works. I mean, people talk all the time. People talk behind closed doors and around corner. Say, yo, Junior, Pepper leaving. Why?
But you don't want to make it common practice though.
I mean, it's probably common practice.
Yes.
A lot of these things taken off the record. It's like, yo, Junior, talk to me now. A Pepper leave, Why you take the walk, What you willing for though? You want to walk? Then Biggs running and say, yo, want you? Chelsea, yo, me tired. Get me 4 more players. Or may I go? Do this. I mean, I think it's part and practice of the behind the scenes discussion with managers and players moving from club to club.
It is, and but Chelsea and the owner now, Bowley or if name, he's American. It's a cultural thing. I'm going to say, I'm going to go there. He's not used to feeling small, and I think this is a sign of it. Cause he has to sign off on this lawsuit, It has to come from the top. So he doesn't like the idea that Man City is a bigger draw than him, and it's going to become public now. That my coach left, well, at a time when we were flying high. Remember, Chelsea was in the title race at the time.
Yep.
So in my opinion, Maresca, in essence, was negotiating for a raise. Saying, yo, you know what? Man City is a better job to me. If you want me to stay here, you have to give me this. And Chelsea said, we're not giving you that. And I think that's what the lawsuit is now. To them, I hope they have proof that some call was made, some text message was received, and some offer was made. They're just going to look like a disgruntled ex, which really and truly nobody cares about. I don't think anybody going to care about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chelsea, if they, of course, rightfully so, they're trying to recover some funds there. This is akin to the Antoine Griezmann Football Club Barcelona transfer and Atletico Madrid. Yeah. This is akin to it. This is because it was it was well known that Antoine Griezmann was under contract with Atletico Madrid. Football Club Barcelona somehow magically rumored to be signing this player, and then in July or in the summer, the rate would have dropped based on his contract. And was like, yo, Bridget, we're not gonna sign you now, but in a March, just go on easy. I think these conversations happen, and it's when Enzo Maresca said after the 2-0 defeat, they defeated I think Everton 2-0. He said it's the worst 48 hours he's had at a club.
After a win.
After a win. Come on. And you tell me say him now try to get let go? I mean, come on. So, more to come on this story.
I don't think so.
More to come.
I think more to come for disgruntled Chelsea fans, but for us neutrals, I guarantee we're not going for. I guarantee we're going to be doing live streams, and somebody going to mention it in the chat, and we're going to say, "Wait, oh, there's a resolution." I'll never know that. Guarantee it. Guarantee.
If you're Man City and if Maresca was the number one candidate before we leave, will you continue down this track of hiring Maresca, knowing that Chelsea now there's word out that Chelsea might file a complaint, legal complaint?
Yeah, because we already opened this path already. Now the irony. Time will tell because we joke about this on the last show about Chelsea's move to quickly hire Xabi Alonso. And I speculated, and big up to Marlon. Marlon replied on Instagram the day when it was announced. And would have put the shot out, would have cut it, would have put post on Instagram. And Marlon said, that means Arne Slot stays at Liverpool, right? Yeah. And I joked at the time, and we talked about, Liverpool had to make a decision. They chose continuity over upsetting the apple cart. That was my argument, right?
Yeah.
You do realize Man City is back to last year when it was announced that Pep Guardiola is thinking about leaving. You remember who was Man City's top 2 coaching candidates at the time?
Not the tight pants coach over your side.
Yes, it was Enzo Maresca or Ruben Amorim. And guess what? Both coaches are still out there on the market. So now we know Ruben is going to get another job. The Manchester United failed venture, I don't think it's staying him as much as it does, but he's going to have to do more work.
Junior, you can't help him. Michael Carrick took the same team and won qualification to the Champions League.
And that's true.
Michael Carrick, who got sacked by Middlesbrough. A PE teacher.
That's true. So fine. But so I'll word it this way. Ruben Amorim has more work to do to recover his aura than Enzo Maresca. However, Ruben Amorim has been more successful and he has more peaks than Enzo Maresca. This is a decision that might not go down lightly for Manchester City. Now, you're following up a legend. You have a choice between 2 coaches, one homegrown and one that was a hipster coach that went to your rival and failed. And now you have to make a decision. You wouldn't want Ruben Amorim to end up at, I don't know, Monaco or Lille or AC Milan or somewhere and then become successful all over again while Man City fall off the cliff. Because we don't know what this 115 charges is going to do. We have no idea what this locker room is going to, how this locker room is going to react. We have no idea when Perez comes calling, because we already know Perez values Rodri. We already know how Jose feels about his midfielder. So Rodri is probably going to be called out. Barcelona, I don't care what anybody wants to say. Barcelona has to replace Robert Lewandowski. They will come calling for the Viking. I don't care where anybody was. Somebody's going to come calling for the Viking. So we don't know what Man City is going to look like next year. This decision for the next coach is not as clear cut and is not as easy as it once seemed.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, Ruben Amorim, I won't dismiss him as a potential candidate over at the Etihad. He does have people over there. I think was it Vienna, one of the executives over there at Man City. I am trying to remember who's the guy over there. Is it? I don't remember his name. But is it Hugo Vienna? I think that's his name. He's the one who's in charge since the other brass left. Not Omar. The big
Yeah,
dog.
not Barada.
Tiki or Tisha, whatever I'm name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So but more to come on this. By the way, big up BM. BM says congratulations to Arsenal. After years of pain and suffering, family, I think the Viking, after years and suffering, family, finally, Arsenal won it. He says, I think the Viking will go to Real Madrid, as in Erling Haaland. Watch that space. BM, dropping predictions right now. You know, we'll see what happened with Enzo Maresca and Man City. I think he will get the job. Why not? At the end of the day, you have legend. The Man City project always wanted Pep Guardiola. They hired Tiki Bergicott, whatever it is, and Serrano. The two guys who built Barcelona back up, who helped build Barcelona back up. And so when the Man City project hired those two executives, it was expected at some point that Pep would join, right? So I envision they have a long game, and the long game was like after the Pep era, then the Pep students, the Pep pupils one of them will ride in, and so Enzo Maresca is one of those pupils. He's one of those, probably the first to ride in, and if he fails, Vincent Kompany is also a candidate potentially down the road, because Vincent Kompany is building his pedigree out there as a coach. Mikel Arteta says one of his first calls after winning the trophy was to Pep Guardiola, because he rightfully said, I would not be sitting here before you in this position without Pep Guardiola guidance. And so his coaching tree, as in Pep, is quite extensive. There are other managers that has learned under him. So the Enzo Maresca thing to Man City, I think they pull the trigger on Enzo, bring Enzo in, because he was a part of the group. He knows some of these players already who came through the ranks, and whosoever them will lose, I think Rodri gone. Real Madrid is probably going to get Rodri if he's healthy. And then you just kind of build back and move on.
Yeah. BM says, I think the Viking will go to Madrid. Imagine the Viking, Mbappe, Vinicius, and Bellingham on the same. That's not happening.
Yeah, that's going to be a financial problem right now.
Yeah. But Viking is possible to go to Real Madrid, but they'll have to get rid of it.
Yeah, well, somebody have to let go. Rodrigo have to let go. Rodrigo. Somebody on a big contract must leave.
Yes.
Someone on a big contract must leave.
Yes.
All right. Running through the show, quick hits, family. Southampton. I know we said we want to do a season end finale. Southampton Bug Club of the year, Junior. Have to call this out. Southampton expelled, kicked out of the Championship playoff. Chance to go to the Premier League. Southampton sanctioned, and they also will lose 4 points deducted at the beginning of next year's Championship season. All because they decided to spy on the opponent.
That game that they won easily.
A game that they won. And apparently it's been a chronic problem. They've done it according to the report. The report that was put out. They've done it, that thing, a couple times. They're They were found guilty of doing it a couple times according to the reports. There were evidence presented in the report saying that they did it against Ipswich. They did it against, I think, another club. Junior, what is going on here? What?
We spoke about this when it first came out, and we were talking about what's the possible sanctions or punishment. And I at the time was like, there shouldn't be any. It's like, yo, whatever, take a slap on the wrist and keep it moving. The other team lose, them cried over spilt milk, them side girl feelings, blah 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 blah. Right? But when the report came out that this is not the first time, it becomes something different. It becomes something new. It becomes a chronic thing. It becomes no, it's not about the act, it's the fact that you're not afraid. You are told to stop doing this. We know you are doing this. Stop it. And you decide you still act like this is the norm. What happened to them is right. And actually I'm going to go from one extreme to the next. They should be banished out of the league for the next year, not 4 points. They should get a death sentence. If they can't legally banish them out of the league, start them with negative 30 points or something.
Yeah, I mean, so the question I have is this: what is going on in the championship? So Southampton decided to do this on the backs of Bielsa. Bielsa and Derby County had the same sort of role a few years ago. And Bielsa was fined, what, 75,000 euros or 75,000 pounds for the same sort of deal. So Southampton, even with that background, decided to send the intern with his iPhone or whatever camera out to Middlesbrough Field to try to record if a certain player is playing. What kind of foolishness is this?
And you know what?
Not even Jamaican Premier League so bad.
I'm going to angle this another way. I don't think the Southampton coaching staff are brass. Look at this intern and say, hey, you know what? I want you to take your phone, go over to Southampton, go in a corner and record this for me. I don't think that will happen. I think you have people that are sent out to get competitive advantage, right? But this intern getting caught, they might be looking at this brother like, you are the dumbest idiot I've ever. Why the hell do I have to tell you? Don't stand in the open recording the man on the phone.
Well, leave it to Junior to try to bash the intern. Leave it to Junior.
No, it's reality. You do realize there's probably a 21, 22-year-old youth that cost a whole city a
21-year-old, I won't call his name, 23 years old.
You do realize that boy is like a pariah. No, you do realize that, right? He have to move. He can't live within city limits. They want to kill him. He has cost Southampton how many millions of pounds? He has cost the Southampton
Junior
fund.
Southampton cost themselves.
No. I agree with you, but you might not want to talk like a Southampton fan. I will talk for you, sir. The Southampton fans will hang this boy. It's madness. It's better. We're living out time now.
Listen to this, Junior. The same analyst was sent to Oxford, but he declined the Ipswich trip. The same person has been sent out twice to record other teams. Yeah. And he decided, look, I will go to the Oxford training camp, our training session, and record and bring in a box of images, but I'm not going to Ipswich.
Benton, leave it to me. I wonder if this boy go tell.
I would. What? Hey, I suspect once he got caught, he'd probably say, "Yeah, he must save himself." The EFL, the judgment reads, the EFL submitted that the evidence supported the view that the observations were authorized at a senior level, and the task was delegated to the intern in relation to Millsborough incident and the Oxford incident. He declined to be involved in the Ipswich incident. We heard evidence from the intern who described the pressure he was placed under.
Boy, then are some rich people in piss off. Why inform that mental?
Yeah, but Junior, imagine you are the intern trying to get a bus in that club. Them tell you if you do anything, you probably are going to do it. How many clubs have interns doing the same thing? Your basketball team have probably a local assistant on it, and you are send them out to go record the other team. Big playoff game coming on. Let's go record the team. You think that
But the
assistant will
last
tell you
thing,
no? And he
the
or
last
she
thing that,
wants a head coaching job one day?
yeah. But the last thing that I would do is inform upon my owners, though.
Well, the owner should hire a proper coach. And what becomes of this coach? Thunder or Eckerd? Should he get sacked?
Oh, he's gone. He's got and we don't look. We don't know. Somebody gonna have to fall on the sword, right? Many people gonna fall on the sword, but the person that have to fall on the sword publicly is somebody high. It might be the coach, it might be the CEO, it might be some. We can probably guess when we hear who fell on the sword, but even then though, and I'll call a name, but there have been instances I know personally in America here where somebody fell on the sword for the bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm talking going to prison.
Yes,
I know some sports figures that have gone, well, one sports figure that has gone to prison to protect a very big name in NCAA sports. And it's well documented, but we not what you know, we don't want.
Leave it. Yep.
But so somebody going to fall on the sword. It might have been the intern. It might just be the intern. The intern they might look at the intern as a look. You get catch. It done gone bad already.
Yeah, take one
Say
for
this.
the team.
See, I don't take one for the team. He's on payroll now probably for the next 10 years. Because that's how it works. When you take it for the team, you are going to be on payroll for the next. You are going to be on the balance sheet as the written off door maintenance man.
Yeah.
That magically gets £500,000 a year for the next 10 years.
And where to find the money?
Oh, they will find the money. But they will find if £1 million means that your club can stay in relevancy and stay afloat, you will find the money. Because that brother is going to walk with a lot of skeletons in that closet. Think about that intern. I know I'm doing conspiracy theory, Benton, but if he is willing to do something that illegal, think about what he knows.
Yeah, the information here. Yeah. In fact, the other clubs should hire him to give inside information on Southampton next year. It could be that. Play both sides of the fence. All right. BCN Sports season finale wrap up show, family. It's 6:10 now. Let's push up and just get ourselves out of here and head over to Unity Cup Junior, Nigeria versus Zimbabwe, Tuesday.
Before the Yawd ballers though, BM asked a question, no show on Sunday. We'll just put out there, yes. So today is our last live stream World Football show until a week before the Community Shield.
Yeah, we just do watch alongs now.
Yeah, so now it's just watch. We're not going anywhere. We're still going to watch alongs. I mean, we're still probably do Yawd ballers every week. It won't be live, but we'll just do a Yawd ballers thing.
We drop some videos, but it's this club football
we're
thing.
Still going to be live, but no more Sunday show until when the season kick off again.
Yep. All right, Unity Cup action, Junior, stepping over to Jamaican football. we have to discuss this out of obligation to the Reggae Boyz fan base. India versus the Reggae Boyz Wednesday, May 27th.
Next Wednesday.
Junior, I guess I don't know. I don't know if you do not watch along. Are you?
I'll do the watch along.
Yeah,
I'll take PTO.
Okay. Well,
I'll
look
take
at
3
you,
hours
Junior.
PF.
Look at you. Thank you so much for doing that. Taking one for the
Provided we can find the stream. Cause last year Unity Cup was shown on YouTube, right?
Last year we did stream the game live.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Thanks
and
to our
thankfully we
friends
never
over
get.
at night from the Nigerian channel.
Thankfully, them never ban us.
Thankfully they never ban us. And look, Nigeria is back again. So there will be those Nigerian channels available.
But they might ban us.
They might ban us.
Not take the risk this year.
Rudolph Speid, Reggae Boyz squad junior. Running through these names. Goalkeepers, Joshua Grant, Boyce Clark, Tafari Chambers. Defenders, Damian Lowe, Joe Latibodier, Giovanni Lang, Odin Samuel Simmet, Ronaldo Webster, Christopher Ainsworth, Lambegisa, Dexter Lambegisa, Marlon Van de Wertin. What is this, a Dutch name, Junior? Vertin? Okay. Midfielders, Isaac Hayden, Courtney Clark, Nikhil Ellis, Dwight Merrick, Brandon Cover, Tyrese Hall. Forward, Bailey, Ty Kadamatari, Kalen Cole Kadamatari, Tejani Brown, Nick Simons, Kaim Dixon, Nicalia Fuller, Raheem Edwards. Unity Cup squad junior. Reggae Boyz versus India. Jamaica versus India, not cricket.
Yeah, I mean, wish they were playing a practice game, getting ready for the World Cup, like how Mexico plays Ghana today at 10 o'clock, but it's not that. So we start the cycle. The way I see this game, we're starting another 4-year cycle. This is the start of a 4-year run. And 4 years from now, hopefully, we'll look back at the start of the cricket match that Jamaica played against India as a positive. That's how I see it. I don't care about wins. I don't even care about Rudolph Speid coaching. I don't care about only thing I care about is seeing players develop. I don't even care about style of play right now. I'm not concerned about style of play. I won't judge them on anything other than everybody get a fresh slate, and what they do today, I want to see them do better tomorrow. And that is how I'm going to judge them. And this World Cup cycle, I intend to do it. I intend to judge them that way until the games get serious. So when we start talking about which players should be drafted or which players should be picked for the Jamaica team when games really matter, I want to look back and say, based on my grading scale, this player has showed the most consistent growth. This player has showed the most consistent playing ability. That's something I'm going to do this year, this cycle. So that's all I care about.
All right. A lot to say. I mean, let's see, wishing good luck to all the, you know what, I would, since it's a world football show, I would have presented the India squad and the Nigeria squad and the Zimbabwe squad, but next time.
World Cup is bigger.
Next time. Yeah, let's see how they go about it. Good luck to the players. Good luck to the coaching staff. Play some ball. Roll, win a game. Enjoy yourself. Good luck. Junior Rudolph Speid will, according to some words coming out of some sources, saying that Rudolph Speid will miss his team Cavalier SC's final, JPL final for the as he'll be out of bounds depart for the Unity Cup preparation. Anything to say
Yeah.
on that?
No, because I don't care about
Shouldn't your
Rudolph Speid
final
coaching.
matter more than a Unity Cup friendly game? Fourth
It's a
final
tricky.
for Rudolph Speid and Cavaliers, by the way.
That's a tricky question because if I say yes, the final work more, then the retort will be, so why is he coaching Jamaica? And if I say no, the final is that, then the retort, then and the retort is my own retort, my own thought process. If I said no, the Unity Cup is more important than the JPL final, then why did you go pick up Jamaica to play against New Caledonia with only 2 days of practice? Isn't the World Cup more important than the Unity Cup? So you are running for go coach a team when the JPL final is Sunday. You can play in the final Sunday, you can be in England Monday, and you will still have the 2 days to prepare this team for the India game. Same like you
The
had
cricket
for New
match game.
Caledonia. For the cricket match game. The same that you had for New Caledonia and in some aspect Congo, because you never use the same team against New Caledonia. So it is. I don't care about the coach at Jamaica right now.
It's not the time of year to stress ourselves about Jamaican men's football team. that
Yes.
we already went through that in the World Cup qualifiers. Rudolph Speid, good luck to you. Good luck to the players. Good luck to both four teams. The Losers Cup, the Unity Cup. These are teams that won't be at the World Cup. So just go and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the flex. Enjoy the vibes, and go play some ball. That's pretty much it. Of course, Rudolph Speid will need essentially a positive result to kind of make a better case for a permanent role in the head coaching for Jamaica, right? Because his tenure ends at the conclusion of the Unity Cup,
And maybe
providing
that's the
it's not
reason.
extended.
And maybe that's the reason why he prioritized the Unity Cup, because he needs to get a result to keep the job.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then 10-day resignation at Cavalier, are you intent for Coach Cavalier and Jamaica at the same time? Like, it's just so that make my head hurt, my man.
Stepping over to the Jamaican Premier League, Cavalier versus Portmore advanced to the Jamaican Premier League final. Congrats to Rudolph Speid, fourth straight Premier League final. That is absolutely impressive. From any coach, any standard, no matter where you are, Junior.
Yep.
Have to give him credit for that. He might not know if his coach international team, but he knows how to coach Cavalier, Junior.
Yeah.
Watch it. It's, by the way, it's hard to find that Premier League final. You can check it out on Jamaican Premier League YouTube site for $19 or $20 a month subscription.
They can pay $19 to attend the final.
Yeah. You know what? Portmore defeated Mount Pleasant in the semi-final, Junior. Any thoughts on... So the two top-level teams in this Jamaican Premier League are home. The two teams that got by through the first to the final round are home. Montego Bay or Mobile United and Mount Pleasant. Tapper Whitmore says he can't remember last time, or something to the effect that he can't remember last time his team conceded so many goals. He's never seen his team conceded so many goals or something like that. And it's not like Portmore is a high scoring team either, but they did score 4 goals.
Yeah. And one of the goal, you see one of the goal, a real kick for half line.
Yeah, Tariq Zemeni's goal. I don't know what to make of this, but this is a lot of credit to Portmore and to Cavalier.
Yeah. Lot of credit to Rudolph Speid. And you saw the interview with Mobile United with Xavier Gilbert. They don't say like they're talking about should he keep his job and yada yada.
Give
Jamaican,
people them a recap on it.
but Jamaican media is so awkward. It's like your most successful coaches, you're running down about job security.
Yeah, but because you expected to win, Junior, you didn't win.
Your most successful coaches, though. So what about Waterhouse coach? What about Arnett coach?
Then you don't really expect much from those teams going in.
Oh, so that's where job security is. Just be mediocre.
Yes.
Crazy.
And the investments. I mean, Mobile United did make some investments. Mount Pleasant invested heavily in their squad also. In fact, Mount Pleasant took it up on themselves to put out a statement after the defeat, and essentially kind of an apology, apologizing to their fans, which I thought was noble. I don't think I've ever seen a Jamaican football team lose a game, a semi-final game, and apologize to the fans.
Yeah, I think they're doing too much. I personally think they're doing too much. You're making it too complicated of a venture.
Cavalier versus Portmore, 9 p.m. On May 24th, Sunday. Your thoughts on this one?
If Rudolph Speid really won't be on the sideline, it's so easy to point to Portmore getting the win. It's so easy to say Rudolph Speid go and lift the trophy and blah blah blah. But my take is that this can't possibly galvanize a Cavalier outfit. I mean, the players not changing. No disrespect to Rudolph Speid, but he's not regarded as no great tinkerer or no great on-field adjuster, to my knowledge. So it's just about you going out there and executing like you normally do all year. So it is. I still think Cavaliers still favored to win. They have the pedigree. Portmore United is trying to unseat them. Portmore United is a little bit hungrier, and they have consistency at the top that Cavalier don't have, assuming Rudolph Speid is not there, which gives them more of a fighting chance. Because I come from 395 Treadway Court, Westchester, in Portmore. I'm going to side with Portmore.
I mean, I think I said this last weekend. And more reiterate, Rudolph Speid is really building his CV.
Yes.
And he is a young and upcoming coach. And his teams are this team, the under 20 team. They're taking on his personality, a bustling, sort of hard-nosed team. And you have to beat them and really beat them. Essentially you have to go the extra mile to beat them. And with that context, with that background, I don't know. I don't see Cavalier beating them. Cavaliers are younger. They have a couple veterans on the team. I don't care if Rudolph Speid is on the sideline or not. They have some young players who have adapted well to the English Premier League. They've lost to the Jamaican Premier League. Talking about English Premier League. Jamaican Premier League. But more or less, I think Montego Bay United really dropped the soap against Cavalier. I think it came down to like Xavier Gilbert not making adjustments quickly enough. And you forget 2-0 against Cavalier. And with that, this Cavalier.
Apart the bus side.
Yes. And then you're not even had a shot on goal.
Yeah.
Come on, Montego Bay United. You need to do better than that. So, with that being said, I Portmore it's all about if Portmore can finish this thing. Did Portmore defeat Mount Pleasant and felt like that they have arrived? And hearing Rudolph Austin speaks and hearing knowing his demeanor, hearing from folks who knows him, I mean, he will keep his team on the ground, and I expect them to show up on Sunday and finish the job because they are a hot team late in this Premier League season.
Yeah.
They're fine pressing the right buttons late in the season, but who knows? Boy, can you imagine Rudolph Speid with another Premier League and in the same can coach? Come on. Yo. But credit to Rudolph Speid. He has done an excellent job with his group, with his team. Congrats. Now, it can go either way. But I think slight advantage to Portmore United, to Portmore. All right, before we take over ourselves, just want to say that the Jamaican Women's Premier League second leg games tomorrow. Real Mona versus Fraser's Whip. Fraser's Whip, I think, won the first leg. I think it was 4-0 in the first leg. And Los Perfectos versus Arnett Gardens. So the second leg will be tomorrow. It's a pity I can't pull up the scores here from the first leg, but so we'll keep you up to date on those games. And I think that's it, Juna. That's the end of the football show. That's the end of the season finale.
Not a great season. Not a great season. Ball chat Sundays. I hate that.
Watch along coming up, loading. If I'm around tomorrow, we'll try run one for the Women's Champions League final. Barcelona versus Olympic Lyon. And with the watch alongs, we're going to keep switching out. Junior might run one, I will run one. You don't know. BCN Sports, I just saw we are deal with it.
World Cup, boy. World Cup.
Yeah. And of course, we'll do some deep dives on the World Cup squads getting dropped coming up here in a bit.
And I found the scores, I think. Arnett Gardens defeated Los Perfectos 3-2.
Yep.
And Fraser's Whip is 5-love, not 4-love.
In the first leg. So Fraser's Whip.
First leg, yeah.
Yeah, so Fraser's Whip, 5-love in the first leg. Appreciate that, Junior. So real more that goose cook. It probably did cook before the game started.
Yeah. You saw the Real Mona coach after the last round come out and say, all he said, all him do is take picture.
No,
I guess he was a picture man. Them say he couldn't coach. He just a picture man. The man said, Fraser's Whip, we on the way. Yeah, man, they on the way to a 5-love boss ass.
Yeah. I mean, I watched that game and I felt like, it's a formality. We just are going to say the regular thing. Julia, before we go, Tottenham, West Ham, who stays up in the English Premier League on Sunday?
Tottenham, yeah. It's too big of a hurdle for West Ham. Even if West Ham wins and Tottenham loses, I think.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Goal difference is a big problem for West Ham.
So Tottenham must need a point.
Yeah. But
if Tottenham loses and West Ham win, West Ham gone.
Yeah, because
I think West Ham going to beat Leeds, but I think Tottenham going to draw with Everton.
Yeah, Everton doesn't have anything to play for, right? I mean, they're pretty much.
Yeah, they don't have nothing to play for.
Yeah, look at this goal difference. How the Bucks come out? West Ham has a minus 22 goal difference and Tottenham has a minus 10. West Ham goose cook, man.
As providing that Tottenham doesn't lose.
Okay,
if Tottenham lose to Everton.
So Tottenham's West Ham needs Spurs to lose and they need to win.
Yes.
Yeah. So a draw for Spurs will be enough, because even if West Ham does win, the 39 points, both teams will be on 39 points, is just not enough with the goal difference. So,
Yep.
so West Ham basically need Tottenham to lose, and
Yep.
all of Arsenal fans need Tottenham to lose. All Arsenal fans need Tottenham to lose.
But that would be so bad, man. Them already win the title.
Well, it
I
doesn't mean
think,
so. It doesn't mean a bad mind stop, Bridget.
but I think all the football fans, all the Arsenal haters, want Tottenham to lose, so Tottenham relegation can supersede or overshadow Arsenal title win.
Yeah. BM did ask a question before we go, man. We had one thing I need to pull up here, but BM asked a question about players out of the squad, Junior.
We didn't know a question. What?
Um,
Sorry, BM. Oh, so what are your thoughts on several big names missing from the England squad? Yeah. Why, BM? You come like you have a party. You have a party, BM. England. Let us get the wave ready. Can't remember telling you. Remember telling you, man, that England is making it at least to the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean they can make it at least wherever they want, as long as they don't make it to the top of the trophy podium. That's
They
fine
might
with
win
me.
it. They can win it.
That is fine with me. They can make it to the semi-final, the quarterfinals, the whatever. You know, as long as they don't make it to the top of the podium. The
Just
championship.
remember I called it early. Just remember that.
Fair
But
enough.
my take on it though is that they finally have a good coach. The last coach that they had, in my opinion, was in between Sven and Capello. But Tuchel did not play politics. Did not play politics. He played, I need to build the best squad. And that's why the big names that you're talking about is Foden, Cole Palmer. I don't ever consider Maguire a big name. I don't even know why Maguire put out statement. Brother, you're slow, and you never had a great season. And Tomori, I think he used to play for AC Milan. I don't know if he's still there. But I think Tomori, the center back, is out as well. I like the squad.
Yeah, of course
I
you
like the
would.
squad. Huh?
Of course you will.
I like the squad. And I'm a Brazil fan first. But
No,
I
like
like the
look
squad.
at this. We can't deal with this. He's like you have to go choose one, boss.
No. I'm
Because
a Brazil
you just a come over
and
here
an
and start
England
dirty your
fan.
Brazil colors now.
I've
With
always
this,
been a Brazil fan.
we're bringing this England thing over here. England squad: John Pickford, Dean Henderson, James Trafford. Defenders: Reece James, Ezri Konza, Jarrell Kwanzaa, John Stones.
Yeah.
Mark Guehi, Dan Burn, Nick O'Reilly, Jade Spence, Tino Lovramento. Midfielders: Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, Kobe Mano, John Henderson, Morgan Rogers, Jude Bellingham, Eberechi Eze. Forwards: Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, Ollie Watkins, Saka, Bukayo Saka, Marcus Rashford, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Gordon, and Noni Madueke is the England squad.
And notice no Adam Wharton as well. So all of the hype players.
Bug side this, we good. Them can
All right.
hey. Them bug side.
All right. BM says Ivan Toney is a shocker. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do a live after a deep dive in the World Cup squads coming up, family. We do a World Cup squad sure when all these things drop. You know, because there are a lot of these things to discuss about some of these World Cup squads. And you know, don't know, we are football fans.
Yep.
Before we go, Junior, U17 World Cup, Jamaica joining Group E, Italy, Cote d'Ivoire, Uzbekistan, U17 Reggae Boyz.
A good experience for them.
Yeah, U17 Reggae Boyz in Group E. tournament scheduled for November this year. I mean, the big thing right now is to get these young players some friendly games. Get them as many friendly games as possible, because you discussed earlier about the Reggae Boyz, about the next cycle. This tournament should be starting to kind of bed some of the next generation of players,
Yep.
For the Reggae Boyz. So U17 World Cup later on this year in Qatar, and I don't want to say it, but we're just going to go ahead and say it anyway. Based on the way we are run, we don't know exactly how things are going to shape up, because the tournament should be in Qatar. Group A, Qatar, Panama, Egypt, Greece. I don't have the entire groups here. I just CONCACAF page, drop all the groups. So we'll run through that at some point as we get closer to the tournament. So Reggae Boyz in Group 7, in Group E. That's the lay of land for the Reggae Boyz. Oh, Group A, Qatar, Panama, Egypt, Greece. Group B, Korea Republic, CAF 1, a team out of Central Africa playoff, New Caledonia, Ecuador. Group C, Argentina, Australia, CAF 2, Denmark, Haiti, France, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. Group D, Italy, Jamaica, Cote d'Ivoire, Uzbekistan. Group E, Senegal, Croatia, Cuba, Tajikistan. Group F, Mali, New Zealand, Belgium, Vietnam. G, H, Spain, China, PR, Fiji, Morocco. I, Brazil, Republic of Ireland, Tanzania, Costa Rica. J, Costa Rica, USA, Montenegro, Chile, Algeria. K, Mexico. Boy, that's so many teams, man. K, Mexico, Romania, Cameroon, Venezuela. And L, Japan, Colombia, Serbia, Honduras. The Under 17 Men's World Cup.
Oh.
Chacha.
You start read all the list, I regret it.
Max like, yo. BM says tough group for young boys. I mean, yep.
Yeah.
Yo, I
Tough.
got time for go my way out. Time for go my
Yeah,
way
man,
out. Friday evening. Flex. Big up to those on the live. Smash the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel.
If I can find a stream of the Unity Cup game next week, I will be doing that. I'll watch along.
All right. See, then I see a word. I think I hit that,
Yeah,
Never
man.
miss nothing.
Nope. So remember again, the next live World Football Show, official World Football Show, will be a week before the Community Shield, when the Mikel Arteta newly crowned Arsenal will be facing the Enzo Maresca-led Manchester City, possibly. But I ain't that another successful year of BCN Ball Chat Sunday shows and halftime show. Like I said, we're going into our summer programming now. Still going to do live shows. We're going to do watch-alongs, and we're going to see some interviews. So keep a lookout for that. Big up on yourself every time, people.
And some recorded content getting dropped. No,
Yes.
keep the channel going. All right, family. Have a great rest of your Friday evening. Big up on yourself. Time for go my Yawd. Look more, family.